25-year-old Julio Cesar Chavez has won 44 pro fights with one draw and no losses. He owns the WBC middleweight title, and he garners big television ratings and draws huge live crowds. Now, with all that, many people feel he's been virtually untested up to now. That changes on February 4th in the Alamo Dome when tough as nails and powerful veteran Marco Antonio Rubio faces Chavez Jr. and makes his second attempt at winning a world title. The first try for the 31-year-old Rubio came in 2009 against then middleweight champ Kelly Pavlik. He lost that match, but since that night, he's reeled off 10 straight wins, one up in Canada against hometown hero and undefeated David Lemieux. In his last fight, he stopped Matt Vanda, who twice went the distance with Chavez Jr. Now, under the tutelage of soon-to-be Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach, Chavez Jr. has improved his skills, concentration, and conditioning, and he'll need all that to beat fellow Mexican warrior Rubio and make the second defense of his title. With that said, here are the keys to victory. For Rubio, starting slowly is a problem. He's had it in many of his fights, and he had it in his fight with Lemieux, though he came back to win by knockout. Can't afford that, I don't think, against Chavez Jr. He's got to work the body. He's a terrific body puncher, and that's an area that I think Chavez Jr. has been somewhat susceptible to. And then there's the right hand. Rubio's power comes from that punch. He thinks he can knock Chavez out. We'll see if he can do it. For Chavez Jr., a fast pace early, obviously, is important. He might even be able to get to Rubio earlier in this fight if he can set a fast pace. He's got a punching combination. That's when Chavez Jr. is so much fun to watch, and it's why he's such an entertaining fighter. Offensively, he is just excellent, and those combination punches are very, very good. He can't be reckless. When Chavez Jr. does that, he gets himself in brawls, and that's when he gets hurt. Chavez Jr. and his young countryman, Canelo Alvarez, also a champion, though him at 154 pounds, have been criticized about their opposition. But for Chavez, that criticism will end on February 4th when power-punching Rubio comes calling in San Antonio. This promises to be an action-packed fight. Now, one side note to this is that Rubio, concerned about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s reputation, protested when Lupe Garcia was named as the referee. Lupe was appointed by the WBC and will be working the fight. He wanted not a Mexican referee, ironically he's Mexican, because he was concerned about the influence of Chavez Jr.'s famous father's name and whether he would get a fair shake. The WBC denied his request for a new referee, so it will be Garcia. And we will have complete coverage of the weigh-in on February 3rd and full post-fight coverage on the Boxing Channel following the match, so be sure to check it out.